Hello there, thank you for joining me. So this is a completely pointless video, just to have a look at, really, to see how long it would take to save up to buy an average UK home. And we can look at it from a few different angles. I think we all know that it's pretty much impossible to save up for a home, and we're going to look at it just to see how pointless and it is to save up if you aren't getting any interest on your money. So let's have a look at the first the graph that I've made. So if you started work in 1982 and you earned an average wage, and this is after tax and national insurance, so what you actually took home, and if you saved 50% of your money, it would have taken you from 1982 to 1996, when the blue line finally crosses the red line and you could buy a home. So it's basically 14 years it took you, but it was possible, so that's pretty good. As you can see, the house prices go up again. The red line goes above the blue line, so it's unaffordable again, and then it dips again. But yeah, at least it was possible. Let's have a look at this next one. So for some reason I put if you could only save a third of your wage. Yeah, it's completely impossible. If you could only save a third of your wage on an average wage, you could never buy an average home. It just isn't enough. Have a look at the next one. So if we start from 1997 and we saved 50% of our take-home pay, well, you can never buy a home. The blue line never crosses the red line. It was actually impossible to buy a home, even though you did exactly the same thing as someone who started work in 1982, and they could afford a home just by saving up and not getting any interest on the money. But unfortunately, for anyone who started in 1997, somehow started on an average wage as well, which is a bit impossible. But yeah, anyway, let's have a look at the next chart we've got here. So we've got saving 100% of a minimum wage. So I've had to start it from 1999 here, because that's when the minimum wage came into effect. So you take home pay again, so after tax and national insurance. So 100% of your wage saved up, and it took, let's have a look, 20 years. So the blue line finally crosses the red line in 2019. All those years of saving 100% of your take-home pay, and it took 20 years to buy a home. But yeah, obviously impossible, because how could you live for 20 years with zero money? Impossible. Okay, let's have a look at the next chart we've got ready. So if you could only save up 75% of your take-home pay on a minimum wage from 1999, well, yeah, it's impossible. You could save all that money and you'd never catch up with a home. The blue line stays under the red line, so we can never catch up with it. Okay, let's have a look at the next one. So if you're lucky enough to be a 40% taxpayer, and that came into effect in 1990, so I've had to start it from then. Take home pay again. So this is someone that's only just about reaching the 40% tax threshold, by £1, let's say. So your take home pay, it would have taken you 3 years to buy an average priced home in the UK, which is amazing. Imagine that, 3 years of your take home pay to buy an average home. Considering an average home today is £292,000, and it would just take 3 years to buy one. It's incredible. And I looked at this, every year up until 1995, whatever year you started on, it would take 3 years. Starting from 1996, it's like 3 and a bit years. 97, 3 and a bit more year, I think from about 99, 2000, it takes 4 years. So it sort of starts creeping up the further we go into the future, the closer it goes. So if you look at this next one, you can see here that in 2010, if you were a 40% taxpayer, only just about in that threshold, Your take-home pay again after tax and national insurance. As you can see there, it takes 7 years until the blue line crosses the red line. You know, you're on exactly the same tax threshold as someone who started work in 1990, and yet it takes you over double the amount of years to buy an average home, which is quite astonishing. And it just shows you just how much people are actually being ripped off now, and how much worse off we are if it takes that much longer. But yeah, there we go. So I hope you enjoyed the video, as pointless as it is, and I'm pretty sure that everyone knows just how hard and difficult it is to save up for a home, especially if you're not getting any interest on your money. But thing to remember is you've got to get at least 7% interest on whatever money that you save, just to keep up with the prices of a house going up. So yeah, it's difficult. It's very difficult. But yeah, there's not much. There's not many things more important than getting a home. You know, it'll give you the freedom that you want, and obviously, you know, it's very soothing to have that kind of security. So anyway, I wish you all well. Thank you very much. Okay, bye bye.